Now you have all the pieces, it's time to put them together to form a plan that you can follow one step at a time in order to build your viewers and to gain mass influence. The first step is to build your brand. This means you need to make sure people know who you are as a business before you tackle Pinterest. This is something that should come before you begin on any social media site. You need to make sure you have a clear mission statement that ties all of your different products, your different blog posts, and your different activities together. This should then be expressed through a logo, which should bleed through into your web design. Make sure your web design is consistent with the rest of your branding. Then bring that same color scheme and logo to each of the social media sites you sign up with. It's this consistency which will ultimately ensure that each interaction with the customer increases your brand visibility and helps to build your authority. This will also considerably help you to appear more professional as you maintain the same design sensibilities in everything you do rather than appearing not to have any particular strategy. The mantra of most businesses when it comes to social media marketing is to be everywhere, and consistency is key with that. Also, make sure your Pinterest account is a business account and link it with your website using the code that Pinterest gives you. Okay, step 2. Now you should do a little prep work to make sure your workflow is going to be as smooth as possible and to make it easy to add new content to your Pinterest boards and to share users between your accounts. Make sure you have a link to your Pinterest page right on your home page and consider adding a widget in your sidebar so that your visitors can migrate to Pinterest from there. Also, ensure that you tweet about your Pinterest page and that you share your Instagram images on Pinterest. You could also use IFTTT to set up some of these relationships, which will save you a lot of time. You should also install the Instagram app on your mobile device and the Instagram plugin for Chrome, both of which will make it easier for you to keep adding new content. Meanwhile, use Shareaholic to add social sharing buttons to your website, thereby allowing other people to share your content. This is also a good time to set up rich article pins with your website so that the pins that do get shared from your website will have titles and information under them. Now begins the most important part of your Pinterest marketing strategy: delivering value. Make sure that you are posting content to Pinterest regularly and that you have come up with some kind of angle for your boards which will really appeal to your audience. You might focus on inspirational images, beautiful images, or tips and ideas. Either way, your board should fulfill some kind of purpose and be useful to your followers. It should be so valuable that it essentially stands as its own product and attracts viewers on its own merit. Only occasionally will you then link your images back to products that you're selling or to try to get people to sign up for your mailing list and so on. Make sure you carefully choose the tags you add to your pins so that people can find your images, and write comments underneath them to provide context. Good titles can also help a lot. If you're still unsure of what works, then spend some time looking at the boards I recommended in the previous video to get ideas. You should also keep posting great value content to your website which people can share through Pinterest. Use analytics to see what content is performing best and make sure you feature attractive images that will grab attention and get people to pin and repin. You should also spend some time interacting with the community and building relationships. This means repinning the content that you find from other users, posting comments, and sending messages to your followers. This will help you to build more of a relationship with those users. And step 4 is to monetize. Now, monetization is the step that should come last, but of course it's still very important. The best way to monetize your Pinterest account is to add your own products or to mention your services in the text below your posts. The great thing about selling products through Pinterest is that the new Buy Now button will allow you to sell directly, like you would on an e-commerce site. Otherwise, use the rich product pins and use these to keep your viewers updated regarding the items you have in stock, the price, and where they can get hold of them. More important than these direct sales, though, is just to build your audience and to gain their trust so that you can bring them to your website when they're looking for services and products like yours. This is when social media is at its most effective, so don't get impatient and drive them away.